Hello JamPlay members, welcome to another exciting big song project. Today we're going to be taking a look at what I call the Armed Forces Medley, and this is one that I've been building over the last few weeks and having a lot of fun working on and performing already. And I think that it's got some good stuff for you to learn, not only in terms of the songs that are involved, but maybe I'm going to be able to give you a little bit of insight along the way as to some arranging thought processes that I use, how I approach a song and come up with an arrangement. These are all, so far as I know, original with me, at least playing them this way and in this order, etc. It's kind of an arrangement front to back. And I've also recently modified it. So what I learned in performing this, I had only done the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines, and was frequently getting comments from our friends in the Coast Guard that I was missing something. So I took a look and added that, and that actually provided an interesting change to the whole arrangement, and I'll tell you about that as we go too. So from the performance video, you know that the intro is just a brief little cameo appearance of Battle Hymn of the Republic. Okay, so that's song number one, although that's all we really do of that one. And then we roll in right into Semper Paratus, the Coast Guard song. And then from there it's Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, followed by, again, just a portion of the last portion of the Star Spangled Banner. So it's the Armed Forces songs sandwiched in between a couple of other things. So what we have is a 7-song medley. And so here we go, let's get started. It's in the key of A, standard tuning, and I chose A because it's probably one of the most versatile keys for fingerstyle. You'll notice as I play that I bounce back and forth primarily between open position, this A shape, and 5th position. It's a little partial version of this E-shaped bar chord here on the 5th fret. I use this shape because it gives me open 5th and 6th strings for bass. One of the things that I tried to keep in mind on all of these is that we're basically dealing with Sousa sounding march feels. Okay, you've got big bands, drums, horn sections, low portions of the arrangement, and high, lots of walking bass lines, and running the melody up and down the fretboard. So I tried to keep some variety in it, even though the whole thing is played in the same key. One of the things that the key of A rather gives me is, starting from here, I have 2 full octaves to work with to get melody done. And right there, down in that low register, excuse me, we have 3 octaves. Watch this, 1 from here. And then from here, we don't very often go this high. Could if we needed to, right? So again, it's a nice versatile key to work with. On the first little cameo of Battle Hymn of the Republic, what I've done is actually taken a little, well, this would be, from your A, this would be an E7 that you could play up here. Looks like a C shape actually. You bring it up here and add that 7th. And you've got a nice E7 chord there. Just for a little bit of an interesting chord effect though, I lifted my first finger and played that open. And our melody note here. And then some harmony. The melody is here. That's all I'm gonna do, but I'm trying to add some interesting chords and a little bit of harmony around that, like this. I left my first finger up for that too. And here's our harmony on 1st and 3rd strings. Okay, notice the fingering that I use. And then I just let that fade out and go into the first song. First song being Semper Paratus, and this was the last song that I learned out of all of these. And right away what I noticed is that the melody starts on the root note. All right, And if I started that here, I was going to start getting high and in an uncomfortable place. Down here, it sounded low, and I thought, okay, what we can do here is do this drone effect, kind of as a build-up into the main part of the song. That's our melody. But I'm the first time through that, rolling, if you will, these three, the 5th, 4th, and 3rd strings. I use that to set the tempo and the feel, and then this. Roll it again. And then, watch this. To preserve that feel of a drone note in the background, I stay with an A in the root, even though I've gone to a D chord. You'll see this all in the tab, but I'm just going to walk you through the thought process. And the same thing now for the E7 chord. I've stayed off of this. I've kept that open so that I still have that A. Builds a little tension right there. Feels like it's not resolved. Until now. We're going to start walking the bass line down. Okay, now we've got our F sharp minor, and all of a sudden we've gotten off of that A finally. It's almost like we're relieving a little bit of that tension that we've built up with just doing this A all the way through everything. And I fret it this way. Here's our melody note on the 2nd, 3rd string, 3rd string. That's how I get the walking bass down right there. And this is a B7 we use here. Since the melody note was right there, going from here, that's too much pinky work, right? So we go up here. All right, that finishes the first half of what's already a pretty short song. Okay, let me just go through that one more time. Rolling, beginning with the thumb, and then 1, 2, 3 fingers. Add the 3rd when I need it. And then you may remember that I did this. Okay, that's a little bit of a nod toward your big band sound, right? Your horns. If there's a melody note to that little run, it would be this. But again, I added a lower harmony note to it because they're so easy to grab. These shapes are not hard. Stack those two, for example. We're on the 1st and the 3rd string. And then we got to go to 2nd and 4th string. Okay. And now we're going to go into the alternating thumb up tempo. Right there, you should really reel in the audience into what's going to be the groove for the rest of the song. And I chose on this particular song, not on all of them, but on this one I chose to use a single finger. When I get around to filming my Merle Travis style lessons, you'll learn that is a deliberate technique, and it has its own distinct sound, different than adding the other 3 fingers. And I wanted that again for variety, since we're playing so many songs here. Our F sharp minor shows up again. This here is a little sneak partial D. There's only one beat, so I don't even fret the whole chord. thumb over the top, or you could do this. All right, and that's all there is to the first song. You have the tab, the sheet music if you want it, and take your time. And maybe what you can do is a part of doing this as a big project is work on one song at a time. That's not a bad little starter song. It's short. It doesn't even really have a verse-chorus kind of arrangement. It's just a one-verse song. Now we're going to transition into the Army song.